Talk to me a little bit about your character in this. She seems to be going through quite a bit.
Yes. I play the character of Melissa, and she's an accessibility driver at JFK Airport. And she's broke, she doesn't have a lot of ambition, and she's afraid to fly. And so, in the pilot, she has this near-death experience that wakes her up to the fact that she's not really living. And so we kind of follow her on her journey to waking up.
I think it's every man's journey.
Yeah.
Where you there's a moment in your life, whether it's you're very young or very old, where you kind of wake up to the fact that life isn't. You're not pulling out of life what you need to pull out of it.
Yeah, I think that there's a realization when we experience grief in all its forms that life is short and we have agency to make it the life that we want. And I think so often people have this word should on their, stamped on their mind of what they should and shouldn't be doing and don't really check in with what they want to be doing. And so it's about waking up, it's about becoming a radicalized, living human that is not afraid to make a mistake because it's a growth opportunity. So it's exciting to meet the character in the middle of that process.
But it also offers us a humorous look to life as well. Um, a cautionary tale with a lot of laughs, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's true to life. I mean, so often in Hollywood, we try to put, shows in genre boxes and pigeonhole them into being a comedy or a drama. But I think gravity and levity is a part of life. In a single day, you could be cracking up and then crying and then, you know, getting angry on the street and laughing again. And so to be able to paint with all the beautiful colors of the human, spectrum of emotion, it was really important to me to have that, be a part of the show. And like you said, of course, humor is a good dose of medicine.
I think we learn through humor more than we learn through drama because while we're laughing, we're going, "Hey, wait a minute, that's me." I'm
Yeah, there's
myself.
a Steven Spielberg quote where he said, "If you can make them laugh, they'll trust you to cry."
Yeah.
And so I think it's been a really powerful tool in the work that I choose to do with my production company, Big Hattie Productions.
You're so eclectic in your work. I mean, what a voice you have.
Thank you.
I enjoy your voice work. Your comedy is spot on, but I think you're also a great dramatic actress.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot.
Do you long for the days of being on stage?
Yeah, I mean, I'm classically trained in theater. I love the theater. It's my first love, and I hope to someday to return to it. And a huge part of my approach to, on-camera work is theatrical, grounded, committed characters. Being the nerd, doing all the script homework. It's my favorite thing, and it's so funny. I entered into the Hollywood scene doing Insecure and comedy, and so people thought that that was the scope of my ability. And then when I did White Lotus, they were like, wait a minute. And I wasn't surprised, but it was interesting to receive that, that warm welcome of just like, oh, okay, she can do a lot. And yeah, I love playing all parts as long as those characters are grounded and yeah, are given an opportunity to really express, the full spectrum of emotion.
Yeah, and I do think that in this day and age, as women are making more breakthroughs into running studios and all of that, I think the parts out there are getting better and better and more meatier for ladies like you.
Yeah, I think it's important to have representation behind the camera and in front of the camera. It just makes for better storytelling. And so to be able to create an environment like that was really important to me. All of the directors for my production were women of color, making sure that there was a 50-50 gender split in the heteronormative
Mhm.
binary sense in terms of department heads was really important. Because I do think diversity, equity, inclusion, it's not just something I want to say, it's something that I do. And to be able to have the set reflect the world that we live in, it just makes for better storytelling.
You're absolutely right. I mean, inclusion, you get those other stories that you wouldn't normally get if you're sitting with a group of, guys in ties.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just happens.
absolutely.
Are you writing as well? Do you sit down and write the episodes along with the team?
Yeah, that's right. The writer's room was incredible, being able to sort of hobble together some brilliant, funny minds that understood sort of the heart of the show was really important. And yeah, I think being able to do all of those roles on this show, having put pen to page, executive producing, and show running, it was just a dream come true. And I feel really lucky to have had such amazing writers on the show to support me in telling the story.
When audiences begin to discover How to Die Alone, what do you think they're going to take away from watching it?
I think they're going to be surprised, and that's kind of my favorite thing is to delight and surprise and subvert expectations. I think watching shows nowadays can become so predictable and kind of paint by numbers, and so I think we really allow the show and the stories we tell to sort of zig when you think we're going to zag, and we're not doing it just for the sake of doing it. I just think it's more true to life to have those moments that feel surprising, and I hope audiences feel a little less alone when they watch the show and they feel seen.
And I would imagine that your time on Saturday Night Live and in other comedies like that, I mean, wow, what a toolkit you must have.
Yeah, I mean, it was grad school for comedy for sure, being able to work alongside some of the most brilliant comedic minds. And I think what it did more than anything, it just reminded me of my own voice. I think when you're in that environment, it can be very easy to try to sort of assimilate and sort of blend in. But I think the strength in a writer's room is being fully authentic in yourself. And so it was definitely a lesson in that, and I'm grateful for it.
And I'm grateful for the time we talked together. You, I feel like we're old friends.
I
It's
love that.
it's such a wonderful moment to meet you, and I'm a big fan. And I have to say that because my aunt was a voice actress. June Foray was her name,
Oh, wow.
and I just love your voice work. I just want to compliment you on that because
Oh,
you
thank
know
you.
you've done so many different animations that I hear. I know it's you, but you sound so different.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Yeah, you and my niece and my nephew who watch a lot of the cartoons and animation too. It's a joy to be able to do that, and I just appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much, and again, congratulations on really one of the funniest and most human shows coming out.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank
You
you.
take care and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.